Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Today's episode is definitely designed for entrepreneurs or anyone who's got a dream that they want to get their idea or their business to scale. I want you to meet Christy Lopez. She is known as the resilient growth expert and my dear friend. So nice to see you here.
It's great to be here with you.
You look spectacular. How you feeling?
Excellent.
Good. You should. You know what? It's funny because we get to see each other on a Zoom call.
Yes.
And seeing you sitting here is just really fun. It's very, very different and it's energetic and you look very happy. And I know it's been a challenging year for you.
It has.
So why don't we just start with that, because we all go through this. And I think I have this phrase that it's not about what happens to you in life, it's how you deal with it. Mm-hmm. So what's your 2025 been like?
A bit challenging.
Share with me.
5 days into the new year, I lost my mom, my best friend.
You know, it's funny because, and I think about that, I'm not going to let you get too emotional.
Yep.
But, because we've done that part.
Yes.
But I have, my daughter and I are, I don't know if we're best friends. She's like, we're really close. I'd like to think we're best friends, but at 22, I think, I think it's a beautiful relationship.
Yes.
But, relationships have end dates. And when I look at you, I get, wow, a little scared that at some point it ends. But you do get through it. So what I want to talk, I want everyone to know a little bit about you. You developed a company at a very young age, and this is just so exciting. I love bringing women on the show who, again, maybe as a role model for my daughter, but do these things in their teens. You started your first business. Tell me about that.
Started my first business at 18 out of my mom's basement. It was all about flowers and design, and I just knew that I wanted to be in business. And because I'm a creative, I fell in love with working with flowers.
When did that happen?
Well, growing up in a household with my mom and my grandmother, they really were all about everything that was making the home a house a home.
Oh, okay.
And so I learned everything that there was to about cooking, about sewing, and anything like that, and gardening. I mean, Saturdays were... My mom was really smart. She was like, no cartoons until the chores are done, like cleaning the house. Well, by the time my sister and I were done cleaning the house, the cartoons were over. So...
That's very funny.
But we grew up with a garden and making fresh food and things like that. And so it really was grounding. And I think flowers just were a natural thing for me to enjoy designing.
Man, I grew up in a very different house. We watched the cartoons. We never did flowers because they died, so my mother didn't like them. And I had a lot of SpaghettiOs out of a can.
But think about it. You eat food all the time, and the food gives you joy, and it's only fleeting. So flowers are the same.
No, I get it. I'm just thinking my life was a little bit more SpaghettiOs and and cartoons.
That's what I did when I went to friends' houses.
Really?
And I thought that was really cool too.
Oh, there you go. That's very funny.
Yes. Sugar cereals.
But it's funny too because the first time I really noticed flowers, I was 16 years old. I know it's kind of weird. But Miss Teenage America, the year before I was in the competition, she won and she did Ikebana. Am I saying that correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that is the Japanese flower arrangement. And I thought, how odd, of all the there's people singing opera and dancing and magicians, and she was designing flowers and she won.
Crazy.
I know. That was my door opening going, wow, there's something special about that. And I do love the fact that it makes a house a home. And certainly when we have weddings, we do flowers.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
basket to casket, we would say.
Oh, God, really? Did you hear what you just said? Basket to casket. Okay. Easter and your funeral. I'm there for you.
Your birth to your death.
Yeah, okay. So let's... Now I'm going to cry. I can't do that. Oh, my gosh. That's so funny. But there's no way at 17, and I was quite the upstart kid, that I would have known to start a business. And especially back then, there was no internet. You couldn't look at other people doing this. It popped into your head that you should start a flower company, a business?
Well, I came from a background of entrepreneurs in my family. My mom's dad was an entrepreneur, and he had a furniture business that was very luxurious, high end in the Washington, D.C. area. And so we had an itch for wanting to own our own business.
Well, but that's an interesting thing too, because we talk about you learn from the wins, but you also really learn from the failures.
Yes.
So let's do the chronology here. So your mom's dad was really successful, but if I'm not mistaken, your dad also had the entrepreneurial spirit, but
He was not as successful.
why?
He got in his own way.
What does that mean?
He made decisions that weren't wise.
Did you know any of that, or is this kind of in retrospect you're thinking about it?
Retrospect.
Yeah.
And it cost our family everything. In the end, we ended up moving to another state just so that we could open up the businesses and have a fresh start as a family. And then within 3 years, they had failed and we had to move back. And
Oh,
it
wow.
hit my dad really hard, pridefully. So much so that we couldn't bounce back, and they ended up divorcing.
Wow. But here's what's interesting about this, and this is my whole purpose for bringing stories like this to light, is that is one of the genesis of what you do now.
Yes, it is.
So hang on to that. I just have to go through the flower thing.
Sure.
Because you did that with your mom. I want to just put a button on that story.
Yes.
You started doing this, but you were also going to school at the same time, yes?
Yes, I went through college because that was the thing to do. You got to have a college education.
Right.
And so on the weekends, I would drive home from Pennsylvania to our house in Virginia. My mom would kind of prep some flowers, and she worked full time. She would prep the flowers, though, for me for the weddings, and I would design them. We would deliver them on Saturday. On Sunday, I'd head back to college for the week.
At some point, how many locations did you own?
I had 2 in the D.C. area. One inside a high-end luxury hotel in Washington, and then the other one ended up being a 5,000 square foot warehouse that we did retail, event, and all kinds of deliveries.
You tell a very funny story, which I deal with my daughter. People thought you worked for your mom.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
They'd be like, oh, wow, it's so nice that you have this mom-daughter thing, and how does it feel to work for your mom? And she would end up looking at people and go, oh, no, you have it wrong. I work for her.
How did that make you feel?
At first, I would apologize.
That's very funny.
And then eventually I stepped into it and I owned it. And I loved it. She was my right hand. She knew exactly where things needed to go, and I could just look at her in the middle of a situation, and she knew exactly what I was thinking, what needed to happen, and we got it done.
Well, you're more blessed than most. From the research that I've done and the conversations I've had, I am the same. I have a beautiful mother-daughter relationship. I had a beautiful relationship with my mom. Not everyone is quite as lucky.
I agree.
And so, for that moment in time, we enjoy it, we cherish it, and then chapters close in books all the time.
Yes. Blessed beyond measure.
Say again?
Blessed beyond measure.
I love that. I also love Manny Lopez, my dear friend, who used to say, too blessed to be stressed. Too blessed to be stressed.
I don't know that I still got stressed.
Well, you work with your mother. What can you do?
Well, just in business.
Yes. All right. This is where I want to bring this full circle, because we're a show that we do talk about entrepreneurs.
Yes.
So you are now doing this strategy. Is the strategy based on what you've learned by owning your businesses?
Yes and no.
Okay.
After almost 4 decades of owning the businesses, I went through tremendous ups and downs, lasted through 3 recessions. So that's where the resilient part comes in.
Absolutely.
And the tenacity comes in when you have to be tenacious to be able to just figure it out. Mm-hmm. And adaptable to the ebbs and flows of what happens. Those are the 3 keys to my success, I feel like. And then
but you also have to have systems.
Yes, putting the systems in place. And how I came up with these systems now is a bit from what I learned from some of the consultants that I would hire and things that I would have light bulb moments and what worked, but also from the things that I didn't get to learn, that
Absolutely.
people didn't tell me.
But guys, and I say this all the time to you at home, this is how inventions happen. Somebody looks at something and sees something that doesn't exist, which is always rather challenging. This system doesn't exist, or this, I wrote a book because I wanted a book on parenting that didn't exist.
Yes.
We do that, and by the way, it's a beautiful thing to fill a white space. Mm-hmm. And so that is what you're doing for entrepreneurs right now. You know the trials and tribulations that you've been through. 4 decades is a long time. Great success, but here's what you learned, and here's what you wish you had back then.
Yes.
That's part of my mission as well, to create things that I wish I had. It took me way too long. We call that compressing time. Mm-hmm. If you can do that effectively for others, you serve a greater good than just you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's my mission.
And I love that. So what kind of companies do you work with?
It started out just in the floral field, but it
because you have a book.
Yes,
called
Bloom and Profit.
Yes, is that out yet?
It just is hot off the presses.
Bloom and Profit.
So I'm ready to be able to send that out now, which is great. However, over the past 6 years, working with different clients, it's morphed into several different types of industries.
Okay.
And what I've realized is that what I teach isn't just for florists. It's really about, are you an action taker? Can you make decisions?
Okay.
And can you step forward realizing, and as entrepreneurs, that's what we do. It's kind of in us to make steps forward to get something done, right? And oftentimes we don't know, because we're in the thick of it, where the gaps are.
Oh, that's what mentors are always for. Mm-hmm. Consultants for, experts coming in. I mean, you even said that when you were running your company, you would hire people to come in.
Absolutely.
You cannot see the coffee in your own cup.
No.
You can pretend to, but you will crash and burn.
Yes.
Now, are you doing both sides of your business now? Because one of the things that I have learned through experience is that us creatives, even though we have that logical side and can do that, one person can't do all of it. Have you found that to be true?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I would say my superpower is being equally left and right brained. All personality tests,
Also
any
means you
kinds
work
of
too hard,
things.
sister. Do you have enough personal? No, because you can. I get it. Come on.
You and I talked. You mentioned it yesterday. How when you go on a vacation, it's hard to shut off.
Oh yeah. So guilty.
However, some of my best moments and light bulb things happen when I'm actually taking time away and on a vacation.
Yes.
I will work.
But if you as a company owner don't have your systems in place, you're not going anywhere, or your company's burning.
Can your company survive without you in it?
Right. That is definitely one of the goals. The
Yes.
other goal, did you sell your flower store?
I did.
Yeah, see, this is the other thing that I've not been good at. I know it's important in business. It's designed to exit.
Yes.
I've never done that. I've designed to love. So I've loved my spin gym and I kept it way too long. Never sold it. I'm going to redo it with the idea of, yes, I will sell it. That's the goal.
Absolutely.
Because you don't want to design a business so you have a job.
Well, think about it. We don't start a business to end it. We don't go into it thinking that way.
Well, but successful people do. They have exit strategies before they start something. And I will tell you, is it better to not be that emotionally connected to your business? That you could sell it and move on?
Well, I think you have to be emotionally connected to your business at the beginning,
Yes.
right? And so as you start to go, if you start thinking about the end in mind, it's almost like personally, we all don't want to think about the fact that we're going to die someday,
Right.
but I'm of the nature of, I don't want things to die with me. I want
I'm going
to
to
be
give
able
a little.
to
I'm going to
share
give
that.
a little healthier analogy. It's just you have a little baby. One day they go off to college. That's
Okay,
better. Yeah, that's
that
better.
works too.
Because that was a weird moment.
Yes.
I'm still having, I guess, empty nest syndrome. My kids are 22, and they both total up the house at 18, 19, and we still live in the same town because I'm still that mother who doesn't. I like my kids, although I keep hearing they want to leave and go. But when they're little, they're yours.
Yes.
And you do have to take care of them. They're pretty useless unless you do that.
It's your baby.
Then at some point they become their own little person, and then they're ready to fly. And
Yes.
that is a great analogy for business owners that I personally need to adapt to.
Yes.
And I
it's
think
going to be, inevitably, it's going to end. Do you want it to end positively? Or do you want
No,
it
you
to
want it
end?
to end profitably. I think let's
Yes.
change that, because I've never had this
Profitably.
conversation. Do you want it to end profitably or miserably?
Yes.
Because when it dies, then people fight over it and it's nothing, and you didn't set yourself up to win.
And profit
Yeah.
is, I always say, revenue feeds your ego, profit feeds your family.
Ooh, she's good. She's good.
So-
do me a favor. Look at my audience at home, and tell them how they can connect to you, why they want to, and what you offer so beautifully.
What I want you to realize is that you, as a business owner, can take a moment to breathe easier, have less stress, and grow and scale to be able to sell it. And it's just a matter of having the right systems in place and realizing that it's possible and it's exciting and it's all meant for you, even though you may not feel like it at the time.
How do people find you?
You can always go to my website, propelbusinessadvisors.com.
And is there anything else that you want to share?
Just want to say that it's possible to enjoy your business that you started and leave it for your team to handle so that you can still just relax and enjoy it. I mean, that's the biggest part about it. You started it, enjoy it.
So while I appreciate you all listening to it, you were here to tell me that, literally, like a download that I needed to hear today. I adore you. Thank you so very much.
Thanks, Forbes.
You guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and stay tuned because we're going to keep bringing you amazing, amazing entrepreneurs. Till next time.